Hey, welcome back to another episode of John's Crypto Therapy. On today's episode, I want to look at BTC dominance, Bitcoin, and of course, Ecomi. We got some crazy stuff that's happening to the market. Is this manipulation or is this exactly where the market is trying to go? So let's take a deep dive. Let's look very carefully on what price is typically doing. So right here, we do have the BTC dominance. We have a divergence showing us that, you know what, price should typically find support and resistance, basically resistance around this line for the price to go down. We have this beautiful stochastics RSI showing us exactly that the divergence is right in front of us. So we are hopefully waiting for a breakout to the downside. We do see a lot of resistance. I want to bring this into your topic because if BTC dominance goes down, we have a better potential of a Ecomi pump. So that's going to be the crucial key here, okay? So let's move to BTC and I want to show you what's happening there as well. For Bitcoin, we were typically looking at this support and resistance line right here, and it is the 46,726 mark. We were looking for another retest, but of course the retest to the upside, there was a lot of wagers on seeing what price can typically do in here. We did have a lot of wick rejections, but of course price did not go the same way it's supposed to. Markets change and the way we adapt to it is only going to make us better. So when we look at this very carefully, this is how you cut your losses very short. I want to show you guys a real strategy that works every single time. Yes, you could have put your stop loss, waited it off. If it hit your stop loss, it's totally fine. You're out of the trade, but make sure you understand that you're going to make more throughout your next trades. Your risk to reward is going to be the key here, okay? So let's look at this move right here. This huge candle right here. I'm going to show you guys how to eliminate that move, okay? So basically you go to a smaller time frame, understand the breakout situation. You see this beautiful support and resistance zone right here. I'm going to go to maybe an hour chart and show you guys how to really do this, okay? So when we look at this hour chart right here, this is the line of support and resistance that we drew out, okay? Once you look at this typically right here, let me zoom it in right here, and this would be the natural breakout right here, this candle. Once it closed, you would have got out of your position. I'm out of my Bitcoin trade just because you want to be safe and see that there is a possibility for the market to come back up again. The take profit zones that you have, keep it because they're going to be used in the later on moves. So we do see price breaking down of structure. That's totally fine. If you did get out of the first candle that was closed, of course you wouldn't know if it's not closed. Wait for the candle to be closed. Once it's closed, you're out of your trade. We did take a trade initially, and when we did take that trade, it did hit take profit one, so you would have just broke even, and that's totally fine, okay? So we're gonna get into another position that is going to be the major thing. So I'm gonna go to the daily chart and show you guys the bigger picture as well. So look at this very carefully. We do have this expanding channel formation that we were talking about, perfect to the T. Right here we did have this breakout to the downside and a wick rejection right here in the inside of this channel. And also if you look very carefully, we do have another support and resistance level right here, the S1. The S1 looks really solid, and this is another level that I'm looking to hunt for another buying opportunity. So when you look left of structure, you always want to do this very carefully. Get your horizontal line right here. Let's put it into play. Let's zoom this out right here and let's see where this falls. So right here, when you look at this level, this is exactly where the price went. Look left of structure. Yes, we have a lot of clues for support and resistance zone. When you look even further more, look very carefully, this is a great zone. Also, I want to show you a breakout strategy we're going to be talking about today. This strategy is going to be a good one. So when you see price doing this, this is a strong strategy. It is a sideways movement, but it's also a dump as well. This is a corrective dump for the pulse to move to the upside. When you look at this formation, it is a downwards wedge formation. And when you look at the breakout, it is very, very massive. It came from this big move, you know, and consolidated sideways, a wedge formation, and it broke out. When it broke out, it was a huge breakout. That is the same move typically that's happening here, and we need to understand that, okay? So when I drew this top line, I wanted to use it as a take profit zone. So that zone is crucial to me. So I just want to make sure I can put it like that, take away this line right here, and it's no more need for me at this very moment, okay? So we do have a lot of take profit zones right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 take profits, and that is when it crosses back at this beautiful support and resistance zone. If it does not take time and crosses back, then I'm not really interested at that very moment. But what is interesting right now is this formation right now. Do I want to take a great position right here? I'm going to think about it very shortly. I want to see a beautiful bullish candle right here after this retracement and the candle's getting pushed back up. I want to see a bullish candle. If I see a bullish candle, I am going to be very, very interested. The reasons why I showed you that pattern before is the same pattern right here. Look very carefully. We do have that same pattern going sideways, going down. This is a downwards wedge pattern, and we do typically want to see a breakout. What is really cool about this, it's totally fine that the price did fall. We just need to understand that the future price is going to make us more money. So let's look at this very carefully. Let's look left of structure, and structure is showing me a lot of great price actions. Let's do this very carefully. That is a great zone, the 50 and the 61.8. That is a great zone for me to enter the price. We also have a beautiful move right here. If we do typically see price falling below and breaking this beautiful low, it is going to give us a crazy good divergence for a lot of people to get into the market. See, we will see a movement to the downside, and then when we look at the chart itself, it's still continuing to the upside. So we have a long way before anything happens. But when you look at this very carefully, guys, we do have a good chance this is going to go lower and give us more opportunities to buy the market. We're still looking for a hungry move to the upside, and this move is going to be explosive. So what typically you need to do is wait for a breakout in this scenario, and the breakout is going to be true to its pattern. All right, we can use the leg of the retracement of the prior move if you really wanted to. You guys can actually use this move like this, take it like that, and actually put it for the breakout situation. Whatever you guys want to do, it's the way you want to trade it, and you would look for that for a takeout profit zone. Look left of structure. Make sure, guys, whenever you're looking at a take profit zone, you put a horizontal line. Look left of structure and see, look very carefully. This makes so much sense. Look, when I put that on, look left of structure, this is a zone that makes sense to me. So guess what? This is a great take profit zone. If this is going to be my take profit 6, guess what, guys? I'm going to put this as my take profit 7. Reasons why we're still bullish with Bitcoin. Because of this beautiful move to the downside, we do need to worry if you're trading Ecomi or other altcoins. So I'm going to jump into that and show you guys where my mind is and how I'm going to continue trading this market. But remember, we do have a beautiful rejection right here, and let's just wait it off and see exactly where price is going. We're typically going to see a breakout of this channel. We're going to get into a position. Whatever you guys want to do, double your wage, double your trade, and make sure you are putting good risk to reward. Make sure your stop loss is correct. And also, if you're doing a trailing stop, that's totally fine as well. We did have a lot of corrective dumps. That is manipulation that needs to happen for the market to do the certain things it's going to do. These moves are minor to the explosion that we're going to see. When we see the breakout of this channel, we're going to see price actually increasing, and then we're going to see a huge volatile crypto market. So let's go to Ecomi. I want to show you guys that as well. All right, welcome back to the Ecomi family, and this is the chart that we're all looking at. So let's look at this very carefully. We did predict that take profit 1, take profit 2, and take profit 3 are right here on the upper side of the move. We've seen take profit 1 actually being hit. Whoever took their profits, good for you guys. And if you're trying to roll off your profits and go to take profit 2, this is still a great opportunity for the market to do so. We just need to be careful and see the bigger picture, okay? So when we're looking at this trend, yes, Bitcoin did drop tremendously. I do want to pull out this BTC dominance sheet to show you guys the bigger picture. So let's do that right now. So for the BTC dominance, let's look at this very carefully. We're looking at BTC dominance to go lower in price. Bitcoin did not go up. We were looking for the price to find stability and go up. That's totally fine if it did not. We did see it fall down, and guess what? That down could be in a good sense because it did find a stabilization in a pattern. So it could work down or stabilization. So these are two patterns that could absolutely happen. Right now, let's just take it that it went down, finding stability right now. So because it went down first, we did see a lot of altcoins crash. So Ecomi did fall from those normal highs, and now you can see it's somewhat stabilizing above that structure. That is a good sign. If we do see Bitcoin stabilizing in that pattern and give us stability in that wedge formation, that downward wedge, we're still good to go, because we're going to see a lot of altcoins find comfort in the fact that, you know what, Bitcoin is finding stability. It's time for us to move. So this is why it's important. I just want to show you guys so we can switch to the chart. So because we're right here, we did see the fall of altcoins. We are slowly seeing stability because of the downward move on BTC. It's very important for you guys to look at all the criteria on why I trade the way I trade. Then when we look at BTC now, we see that, you know what, it's somewhat stabilizing, and we found that support, that bottom base. Because we found that bottom base, we're going to move up. If Bitcoin does find more support and goes up in price, then guess what, altcoins are going to get that rush, and that's when I'm going to get a huge vacation that I truly do deserve. And especially to you guys, if you guys are really hungry for this, make sure to watch and see how you guys can take out your coins and work with the price that's happening. Remember, this is not financial advice, this is my advice. Whatever you guys want to do, it's totally up to you, but please make sure to do your own due diligence and understand these charts that I'm putting out. So let's go into the chart right here. So when we look at this chart, look at this very carefully. I do want to go to lower time frame. We're good to go. I just want to put the Ichimoku. I want to show you guys the bigger realm of what the price is typically doing. So we're still good for the price to continue upwards. We do have great great motivation for the price to go up. So don't worry about that. We do see that the price could go lower. So if the price does go lower, where would be my last chance to buy more Omi tokens? This is the question that I get all the time. If price does not hold because of Bitcoin, and we do see more struggle in Bitcoin, and it does break that, that wedge formation and it goes a little bit lower, then we're going to be in a little bit of trouble because a lot of altcoins are going to lose a lot of steam. If Bitcoin does hold that position, then we're going to slowly see a price move to the upside. So this is a dangerous zone, especially for Ecomi, because this is a triangle formation we did not want to get back into. We use this cup formation, we use this ascending triangle to use for our take profit. So we're still bullish. So we need to understand that mindset, okay? So if the price does go back down, we can still see typically a 0.0040 level to buy more Omi tokens. That's your last resource if the price does go down there, okay? But right now we can see some stability and price actually push the upside. We need to be careful. Let's look at BTC dominance and Bitcoin every single day and understand what those prices are doing so we can have an understanding of what our favorite alts are going to do. I'm still bullish. Don't worry guys, we're still going to see 0.0080. It could be now, it could be later, or even in the future, but it's going to happen. So fingers crossed, make sure you understand these charts, and trust me, when it goes there, you guys are going to be super excited. So let's move on to the 4 hour. I want to show you another position where the price is typically doing. So let's move this right here, and right here guys, this is exactly where we were looking to buy. We got into another entry. If you guys used the MACD, you would have got out of this position a little bit earlier because you would have understood there was a crossover. A crossover typically means, you know what, I'm getting out of the market and just being a little bit safe. Right here is the crossover, and the crossover would have happened exactly at take profit 1. So if you were, risk management and risk oriented, you would have looked at the MACD and said, you know what, there is confluence of the market, could go a little bit lower. And we were talking about a divergence where the price can absolutely go down, and that's totally fine. You know what, this level right here is holding on 0.0049 around 50 level. This is a good level. I'm still looking to buy. Let's just wait it out, see if we can get another bullish candle like this. If we can get another bullish candle, then we're going to see price typically go up. The other thing that I do want to talk to you guys, there is another pattern brewing, and let's talk about it. Let's put this into perspective and see exactly where the pattern is trying to show us. So let me zoom this in like this, and let's get to it. All right, perfect. So when we look at this pattern as well, we do have a teacup. We do also have an ascending triangle formation. Those are great patterns. When we look at this as well, let's put this stick like this. We're gonna use this as a flagpole situation. So when we look at this, guys, look very carefully, and you can see what the price is typically doing. It is making a sideways movement, maybe to the downside, and you guys can see it as a retracement. A lot of people say, you know what, this is a flag formation, and I'm going to use this as a flagpole situation, and that's totally fine. You guys need to understand the criteria. The way I like to trade a flagpole, it is very crucial you listen very carefully, okay? I use the 50 retracement. I like the 50 retracement right here. When it goes to 50, it's giving me great confluence that the market should go up, but would it? We don't know. We need to look every single day on price action and dictate from that. So what I'm looking for right now, before I enter into another position, I do have a lot of entries here, and that's totally fine. My risk to reward is manageable for this size position. If you are in this trade and you do have a good risk to reward, then you should stay with this trade and then dictate it every single day and see exactly where the price is going. If you're looking for a new trader to enter the market right now, what we need to see is a breakout of this beautiful move to the upside. We need to see a breakout. And guys, look very carefully. Everything is falling very closely, okay? So if I take this line right here, the top of this beautiful pole, okay? This is going to be the pole right here. I'm going to take it wherever it breaks out. Let's just say typically it breaks out around here or something like that, because right now it's still lower. It could go sideways then break out. When we look at this breakout, look very carefully. It's still aiming towards our take profit 3. So right now 0.0080 is giving us 3 confirmation that it is absolutely going to be hit. If you're wondering if this is possible, yes, this is possible. So please make sure to understand what's going to happen. There is going to be a lot of people that are going to be selling off at 0.0079-ish, around the 80 mark. I truly do believe that, because this is a great zone before we see a parabolic move to the upside. So please be cautious about that. Understand your charts and make sure everything is making sense to you. The other things that I do want to talk about, there is hidden divergence that I do want to play out and see exactly where the price is going. So let's look at this right here. And right now we're gonna look at the RSI. Let's look at this very carefully. So the RSI, let's do this. Right here at this peak right here, it is going lower. If you guys look at this very carefully, it is going lower. Let me go to the bigger picture right here, and this is the bigger picture. Right here, if you look at this right here at this very point, I'm gonna show you guys what the price is doing on the chart compared to what the price is doing on the RSI. So it's moving higher, this is moving lower. That is a crazy good divergence, okay? So we have one divergence right now showing us that the price can actually reverse right here, right now, okay? The price can actually reverse. So that's something we need to keep an eye out. If it falls, don't worry about it. We're gonna understand if it breaks down structure, we're gonna get into another buying position from the bottom. This is a great opportunity for a lot of people to get more Omi tokens. And you know what? There is a lot of whales that are saying, you know what? I want one last chance to get more Omi tokens. So they can manipulate the price, they can push it down, but that's totally fine. We're working off of key levels, and key levels are levels that they typically use to buy these price. So look very carefully. We do have a bullish candle right here, and this was another level that I did typically buy in because I believe that, you know what, 3 touches, we were getting good confirmation for the price to explode. Because what Bitcoin did, it did crash yesterday, but it found stability, and that's the key. Because it found stability, this can find stability and slowly move forward. If Bitcoin does bounce off and goes up right now, we will see a huge pump for a lot of altcoins, and that typically means, especially for Ecomi, we will see 0.0080 being hit, okay? So this is the RSI. The RSI is showing us exactly we do have a nice divergence. Last but not least, I do want to put out the stochastics RSI. Normally, I don't typically trade with the stochastics RSI, but this is a great indicator for a lot of people to understand in the beginning how to trade, but the RSI is a better indicator overall just to use, okay? There is favors for a lot of people, so please work with what you like and try to see if it works for you, okay? So right here, we do have another divergence I want to show you guys real quick. So let's do this right here. I do want to put the horizontal line. I want to put it on the bottom, level it out, and see exactly where the price is going. So if the price broke lower, we can see exactly we have a beautiful divergence. So let's look at this very carefully. Right here, guys, if you look very carefully, the peak was a little bit below this peak, showing us that the wave is still going lower, okay, guys? This typically went lower and it made a lower low, okay? So if that made a lower low, if you look at this peak right here and you look at the move right here, let's do this right here, you can see there is a beautiful divergence, okay, guys? The market's moving up while the peaks of the stochastics RSI is going lower and the RSI is going lower. That is showing us confluence, hidden divergence, guys. This is a hidden divergence. Hidden divergence basically means that the price should typically go up. That doesn't mean it's gonna go up all the time, but that's totally fine with us, okay? So we do see this move right here. We're gonna just wait for a structural move. And when we take this trend line right here and we go like this, you can typically see that, you know what, the price is being respected. If price is being respected, we could slowly see a push to the upside. I am still comfortable saying, you know what, we're going to eventually reach 0.0080, but don't be afraid if price does go back down. If it does go back down, we did have a good confluence that we will see a great touch around the 0.0040 level. That is a level that a lot of people can look to buy your Omi tokens. That is going to be a great criteria for the price to go up. So remember, guys, we do look at BTC dominance. Right now, we're in a comfortable resistance zone. We're looking for the price to go down. BTC did go down, crashed really rapidly. That's totally fine. We're looking for a bottom out situation, and it looks like it's happening right now. We're gonna look for a safe zone to buy the coin. If the price of BTC stabilizes, then we're gonna see a lot of altcoins actually go up or stabilize, okay? Because BTC actually crashed and we didn't see a huge crash for Ecomi, that's a great sign, okay? That's a great sign saying that, you know what, it's slowly developing its own DNA to becoming different, you know, and that's what we need to see. If this can do more of its own thing, maybe in the bear cycle, it could be traded alone, okay? So that's another thing that we need to watch out for, but that's another topic and another situation that needs to happen. Right now, we do see that Bitcoin is finding support. If support is true to its value and we do see a price increasing, then guess what? This could be a last zone for us to buy more Omi tokens, and then we're gonna fuel up and go to Jupiter. I don't believe saying going to the moon for Ecomi is valid anymore. I think Jupiter is the only way to go. If we're looking at a price prediction of a near future of $1 and even beyond, looking at $10, I think it is possible. You know, it's not out of the realm. I truly do believe it is possible, but right now the goal is to $1. Once we reach $1, I think a lot of lives are going to be changed, and I can't wait to see that. Everybody deserves to be blessed. best, and hopefully you guys do enjoy these content. If you do, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'm here to help you guys. I'm here to tell you guys where we can look to buy, sell, and maybe in the future how to take out your Omi tokens and guess what, be financially free. If you like that content and you want to be a part of this journey, please make sure to subscribe and give me all the support that you guys want to give me. Other than that, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys for sitting on that chair or sitting around with your phone and watching my content. You guys are truly the start. Take it easy, and John out. Peace.